such a thing as a masculinist, right? That's like a category.
Masculinist?
Yeah.
Well, there's such a thing as
Tim the Toolman Taylor.
right, but if you're asking, is it a known term? No.
Oh, really?
I would say a masculine man or a
But a
macho man.
masculinist.
A masculinist is not something that's generally used. I think we can all gather the meaning from the word base.
Because Shaqy texted me that the other day, and I don't know, I just assumed it was real.
What did he
What did
text you?
Shaqy have to text you about masculinist?
We're talking about something. We're talking about somebody's late night set, and he was calling it clapter comedy, and he was like, and I was like, yeah, man, like I don't know, I just said some bullshit, and he was like, you're one of the last true masculinists left. I don't know, it just made me laugh, but I was like, oh, it seems like a real thing.
Masculist.
Yeah,
Sadomasochist.
No, that's a whole different thing. Masochist.
That's like what old Japanese people like.
When did we start? Like, do you know what we
when
were
the
talking
lights
about?
come on,
Because I've just been drawing.
Tanner.
it's fine. Man.
Nothing can be on
video catches
about that guy I was talking about with the thing in Mexico. Okay, thank you.
People are going to want to know about that.
Yeah, well,
And
that's
that
why-
happened before the podcast.
I don't know.
Man,
Look, we're at 242.
What a tease you just gave the people.
I love to tease them. I love to tickle them, and I love to
Get in there.
entice them out of their little shells,
Out of their hiding.
Yeah.
their little hermit crab shells that come see us. Now listen, I'm done saying what podcast this is. You clicked on it, you know what it is. I'm done saying
Guys, we fucked.
I'm done saying what number it is.
We've done that before. We've been done saying a number before, and then we came back to saying numbers.
No. We've never been done saying it. We were done saying it, but we came back to putting it on the episode title.
We stopped counting for a long time.
Yeah, but I say keep it on the episode title, but I don't gotta announce it. You know. All I gotta tell
Also,
you.
it doesn't matter.
That's the thing. All I gotta tell you.
No, it does matter. We found out that it mattered when people kept being like, hey, what was that episode we did this?
Yeah.
And we would go, man, there's no way to know. There's no way to ever know.
I didn't even know you could go back and listen to old ones. I thought they just went out in the ether.
All I care to tell you is this. If you want an extra episode every week, if you like the podcast and want one extra episode every week, go to patreon.com/raddudecast and pledge $5 or more a week. Also, ongoing push I am making. Whoever has the richest parents, get them to pledge $5,000 a month.
Yeah,
I've
or
been
just once.
saying this.
Or just once.
No, don't let them off the hook, Greg. They're very rich.
Yeah,
Someone
they're
out
so
there
rich.
has got some kind of oil money. You know, $5,000 a month, and we could be set. And you're fucking sitting around listening and not going to ask your dad. This thing is tax deductible, I bet. It's a charitable donation.
Absolutely.
No.
We're a C5 nonprofit.
Yes,
I
C5.
registered us this
He
weekend.
registered as a C5.
Becky's shaking her head no, but I wanted to do it as a surprise to everyone.
did.
We are a registered nonprofit now.
C5.
Also, we're registered as a 101 Sisyphus. I got us going in that book.
Greg did have his own mission.
No need for an explanation.
No, I wouldn't ask for it. I wouldn't dare.
I accidentally registered us with NAMBLA.
Good.
Great. Finally.
That was a problem. I'm
Yeah.
sorry about that. I was trying to register us as the nonprofit thing, and I got onto the NAMBLA website.
What NAMBLA is?
It's the people who are in Vietnam, blah, blah, blah.
No.
Yeah, that's what it is. They were in Nam, blah, blah, blah.
That's funny.
Okay, good job. I didn't get it at first.
Yeah. People who go on too much about their war stories. They can go there, they can meet up, they can just go on, and everyone's like listens. It's like, hey man, where were you? I was in Viet, blah, blah, blah.
One guy talks, everybody else goes on their phone. That's the whole meeting.
No, it's the North American Man Boy Love Association.
That's a whole other office.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. This in the reason I thought of that as a joke is because in college, this one kid gave this other guy a leaner, which is he took those little college garbage cans. They're pretty small.
Sure.
He filled one of those up like halfway with water.
Okay.
Oh, I love this movie.
And leaned it against his door.
Oh, right.
So when he opens his door inwards, his floor
is
is
all
flooded.
covered with-
But not bad. Like
Yeah.
it was like half of
fun
a thing.
prank.
And then that guy takes that prank and pranks the other guy by signing him up for NAMBLA. And so the guy goes,
That's an official rad dude.
the one guy with the leaner goes, I got your floor a little wet, and you got me on an FBI watch list for life.
And this kid's
Forever.
awesome.
Wet him up.
Don't wet my floor, you son of a bitch. You're a pedophile now.
Yeah.
That's great.
But
Why North America? Why limit to North America?
Well, because you
we
can't
don't
just
like
be
immigrants.
taking in. I'm sure they get to. You have
word
to,
up.
NAMBLA is very anti-immigrant.
Yeah, NAMBLA, they're like progressive and they're like saying you can fuck boys, but they're
Not
taking
pro-
our jobs. All right?
That's funny.
Any kind of boy who is white.
That's funny that a guy who tries to take down NAMBLA, like, I'm not having this, and they're like, it's okay if the boy is consenting, and you're like, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your geographical prejudice. You know, you won't let a South American into this little boys club of yours.
Dude, that's so funny. Because usually, like, you ask, you're just sleeping with somebody and you're like, I don't know if they're 18, whatever they are, So you ask what age they are. Not these NAMBLA guys. They ask where you're from. That's the big, like.
Hey, I got to make
they're
sure
like-
you're over the border.
They're like, is it weird? I'm 12. They're like, that's perfect. But Bolivia? Get the fuck out of my house.
Which is hard. The NAMBLA guys must look down on those on the sort of Thai sex tourists.
Sure.
The single 42-year-old computer programmer taking a trip to Thailand for a vacation.
Yep, empty
where it's like,
briefcase. Nothing in there.
Yeah. We know what you're up to. The NAMBLA guys look down upon that. They say, you can't get yourself a homegrown piece of ass.
Yeah, man. They recruit like the army. When you're ready, here's a pamphlet. Join NAMBLA.
Now, here's what I want to say. I want to say this seriously. We do very much appreciate all of you guys listening. Candidly, we are what I would call a mid-sized podcast. We could sell ads.
Or a sedan.
Yeah, man. Ford Fiesta.
We could sell ads if
Leather
we wanted to. We
interior.
don't yet. I'm not saying we will not, but we don't yet. But right now, me and Greg talked, and we want to grow.
We didn't allow you in this conversation.
You were in Canada.
No,
You were in
Brendan
Canada.
asked. Brendan said, should we get Anthony? I said, no.
I don't-
He shall be left from this decision-making process.
Here, if small decisions, you don't have to include me.
Yeah.
I'm a big market
You're Bruce
guy.
Wayne. I don't
Exactly.
hey, what new carpets do we need? I'm not going to Jeff Bezos. You know what I mean? We just put a new carpet
So here's the thing.
at the
I
office.
don't even notice they're there.
We couldn't be happier. We couldn't be happier with our Patreon growth. We couldn't be happier interacting
I could
with
be
you
happier.
guys. You guys are loyal. It's
$1 million?
wonderful. But we'd like our downloads to grow a little bit. So here's a call to action, if I could. One task I ask of you for enjoying our
if you listen to
podcast.
episods over and over again, it helps out the numbers.
Well, no, it doesn't. Just all I ask.
all right.
Leave him on repeat.
All I ask is that you, every listener, find someone this week who hasn't listened to the Rad Dude Cast.
And you're not doing us a favor. You're bringing them joy.
Yes, that you think would like the
Yeah,
Rad
you're a
Dude
fucking
Cast,
joy bringer.
and send them the link. That's all I ask. Send some. So if you have a friend who you think, you know what, this is up their alley. I know they like podcasts. I know they like, maybe Come Town or Comedy Bang Bang or Tuesdays with Stories or some similar genre of podcast,
Or-
not as
Yes,
good.
Science
Hardcore
Lab.
history with Dan Carlin.
That's my favorite podcast.
Why? That's how he talks. You gotta listen to this guy.
I do.
He's out of his mind.
The Japanese were there,
Dan-
but they weren't there for a reason. They were there to kill.
And the best about Dan Carlin is it's just a 9-hour
It's so
podcast
long, man.
about Caesar's conquest of the Gauls, but repeatedly he'll say, "Now I'm no historian,"
Yeah.
but it's like, Dan Carlin, you're doing 9 hours.
Then what do you call this,
history.
man?
This is historian. Historians record history.
Yeah, man.
You're doing it.
Yeah. You're making all this shit up, Dan?
Because you didn't
Doesn't sound
type
like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I didn't put it on paper. You dum-dum.
I'm not Ken Burns,
Yeah.
but
But that's why I love Dan Carlin, because he's like, he honestly believes he's not a historian.
I know.
And the only reason he says that is because he's trying to tell you, I just read a lot of shit
Yeah,
and tell
yeah.
it back to you.
I might be
but he
wrong.
doesn't realize that's what all historians do.
so-
Unless you're like an archaeologist,
Right.
all you do is read stuff and tell it
Yeah,
back.
that's-
But he's too proud to say I am a historian. He just says I'm no historian,
so
but
funny.
please enjoy this 3-part, 17-hour series
Yeah.
on one battle in World War One.
It's insane. I would love to if he's like, I'm no historian. I'm wearing sunglasses right now. Just like, as you know, I fucked a couple girls in my day. No nerd.
Well, I'll tell you this though, we're doing this call to action right after the NAMBLA bit. People are just going to send all our videos to NAMBLA. That's what happens when you do that.
Hey
bit.
man,
When you go, hey, sign us up, and then immediately followed by that.
no news is good news, man. We'll take it.
I would hate for that to be our listening group.
The North American Man Boy Love Association.
Oh no, I'm talking about the Vietnam boys.
Oh,
Blah, blah,
my
blah,
bad.
those
Oh,
guys.
yeah, I hate those guys. They can't ever listen. They'll never listen to the podcast. They're too
too
busy
sarcastic.
talking about their goddamn stories.
I posted a picture on my Instagram of my dad in Vietnam, and it performed poorly. And I called him and I said, "Even your service to our country, no one likes." I said, "You're so pathetic that I post a picture of you next with a black guy, no less, next to a bunker on a place called Freedom Hill, and it gets 36 likes. You pathetic piece of shit, you know?" And
Yeah.
He didn't like to be talked to like that, but I got to get back at him for my childhood. You know, he's ruined my mind.
He's gonna sue you for slander.
Yeah, man.
Well, yeah,
I
everyone-
find you guilty.
I'd say this.
I love my dad. Don't get me wrong. I love him.
Good news, bad news situation here. Brendan's coming in talking great, feeling great.
Great.
But shaved head, something happened. Something is going
Now,
on.
I don't. Can I speak?
There's, I know. Heck, let me finish real quick.
Got a
Absolutely.
little bump on his
I know
forehead, too.
the
Floor is yours.
I know the Brendan signs. When he comes in with his glasses, he's going crazy. When he's looking like this, going crazy. None of those are looks. But shaved head, either he's fine or we're at a new level.
Can I?
Yeah.
And I think you're heading in a great direction. What I would say is Brendan's, and you're fine with me saying this. Brendan's hair's thinning a little bit, so he's going with a shaved look with the full beard.
Oh yeah, we're going with hurting his feelings is what we're doing.
Well,
Well, I would say we both did a fine job of that.
hold on.
I'd say 50-50 on that one.
What do you mean 50-50? He didn't hurt me at all. Greg did not hurt
Oh,
me in the
come
least.
on,
I said I know
man.
my friend.
He
Yeah.
said
Yeah,
that
Greg-
your
Greg
hot
said
brain
nice
was acting
things
up.
about me.
I said I know his friend. I know my
No,
friend. You
but
said he's going
but
bald.
interestingly,
I heard different.
Let me. I'll give a full explanation.
Uh-huh.
Because Anthony is
Looking tough, looking like Triple H.
Anthony's partially right. Now, to Becky's point, I think I came directly from jujitsu, so my face got a little fucked up. The head shave was 2 reasons. Okay,
Let me hear
one, I needed a fresh start on my hair because I've been using. I haven't been taking good care of my hair, and my hair, I've been graying for a long time,
Right.
since I was young, and I don't mind that. But my hair has really been dried out, and that I hate. So I wanted a fresh start. Let's start with better products,
New follicles.
keep the hair moist. But secondly, to Anthony's point, I really wanted a check. I said, you know what? Let me shave it down to a 1 and see how fucking bald I
see.
am.
See where this
and
thing's
you
at.
know what? I'm not.
Let me see.
I
Yeah, it
asked
looks
all
pretty
5,
good, man.
all 5 of my. Come around back. I'll show Greg the back of my head.
move your head.
I asked,
Great coverage,
I
dude.
asked all 5 of the Albanian men in my barber shop if I was
looking
if
good.
I had a bald spot, and I don't.
Yeah, you don't.
Do I?
No, you're looking good, man.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. It's when it's. Do I or not? Tell the truth.
No. Appropriate for your age.
So there's a little.
Yeah, but
Let me
by the
take a
time you're
picture.
70, it's fine.
Well, I think
Man,
it's
sweet revenge.
Remember that?
You're trying to remember back. I see. Let me take a
The
picture.
man was railroaded.
Yeah, this isn't going to work.
This is-
Let's just do this after the podcast.
I'm currently
anyway,
taking a picture of the top of my head.
moving right
Yeah,
along.
man, you'd
But
be all right.
Greg, before you go on, let me just finish that call to action real quick.
Oh, yeah,
So,
yeah.
so like I said, just find 1 or 2 people, ask them to give us a chance. Maybe pick your favorite episode or pick this episode. Have them listen to the podcast. That's all we ask. We're just because we made a creative decision at the beginning of this podcast, and it has to do with our friendship, and it's changing a little bit now.
Yes, our friendship is changing.
No,
Yes, it is.
but
It is evolving. Tell them about it.
We
Yes.
made a creative decision to not have guests.
Greg and I have grown closer.
Yes, I know.
number one best
I
friend.
know I'm out. They just high five.
Big number
over the
5.
table. But as
Number
if I
1,
didn't already know that. You know, Charlie's
Greg.
my best friend.
Number 2, Greg. Number 3, Greg. Number 4, Senator Joe Biden. Number 5, my man Brendan.
Doesn't matter to me. Number 1, Charlie. Number 2,
Zip.
Number 3, Will. Number 4.
Man, I had to wait for Will, huh?
What?
I could, off the top of my head. Number 1, Anthony. Number 2, Anthony. Number 3, Anthony. Number 4, Anthony. Number 5, Becky.
Whoa.
Number 6, Brendan. But he's also number 2.
What?
2B, you're
What
2B.
number's Amanda then?
Amanda?
Who's
Yeah.
Amanda?
Amanda's Amanda's.
That's what he
Oh,
calls Becky, who
Yeah.
apparently claims is his 4th best friend, but he doesn't know her name.
You're my best friend, 2B.
2B.
Anyway.
I have you on a different sheet.
Oh, real quick.
I got one
also
sheet
wanna
for
say is,
Tanner
Becky,
alone.
I do have a question technically for you. This is a technical question. I've noticed from watching the video that when I look at Brendan, I think I'm looking right at the camera. It's like it's real creepy for people
Oh,
watching.
man, it's like The Office.
No, yeah, I mean, I'm
Like
just
you're doing a
directly
testimonial.
yes, and it looks like I'm looking right into the camera, so I can't look at Brendan anymore. I don't know if we could get on top of that.
You got to start doing testimonials
Yeah.
into the camera like Jim and Pam.
I mean, he really embarrassed himself today.
Let me ask you a question.
I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if anyone has any way to know.
Let me ask you a question, Greg.
Yeah,
I mean, Tanner's laughing a lot, so it seems like this is probably
Tanner's noticed it.
happening.
Tanner's noticed it, and he's noticed it.
Did the real world invent testimonials?
Yeah, man, that was
Before the real world, were there testimonials?
Marielle's
Catholic
Bunham.
Church.
Just a Catholic church.
No, that's
confessional.
The confessional, but I'm saying one
Yes, well,
one shot, 2 camera.
The real
in
world invented the confessional, which became the testimony. It was called the confessional. Remember, it was a room for confessionals.
I thought they
in
called
the
it
real
the
world.
testimonial.
Now, in the room, in the real world, the original real world, they had to go into a separate room
Yeah.
where they
Yes.
did confessionals, and that adapted into what we have today as The Office. The British version sucks.
I love the British version.
No, the American version is 1,000 times better.
No,
I
man,
refuse-
you just say that to try to get laid.
yeah, that's
No, I
true.
don't.
That's one of those Brendan get laid moves.
That's a
First of all,
Brendan.
I
That's a
get
Brendan.
laid. Everyone knows I get laid.
Impress you
everyone-
a
because
little
you tell
bit.
everyone about the British Office.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I
People
don't
be
tell
like, "This
anyone."
guy's from Cleveland. I thought he was from Prague."
But see, that's crazy to say. A thing is. Now, I love the American Office. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But to love the American Office and say the thing that it was literally stolen from is bad. That doesn't make any sense.
It makes sense. Like, how many times do you guys say stuff that's like really not funny,
Sure.
and then I grab it and I make it like amazing?
Oh well, when you put it that way, yeah, that's a great point.
that's like
Oh, dog. No.
yeah.
Now I
I
get
help
it.
you. I help
Yeah.
you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
right,
like a guy who steals a car and robs a bank. He made that car way more exciting.
Like the Vietnam
Interesting.
blah 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 story,
Right,
That was
like the
that
Nambla
had us
Boys.
rolling on the floor.
Yeah, there were
and
big
all-
laughs there. Even one from you. Can we rewind the tape?
I did.
We
laugh.
just did,
I
and
did laugh.
Brendan laughed.
I did
Brendan
laugh. I
laughed.
did laugh. I did laugh. But no, that's why I shaved my head. But
It looks good.
it's interesting you brought up.
Does look good.
Yeah, you
Mental
look like a
problems.
Sons of Anarchy kind of guy.
I'm on a new medicine.
Oh, okay.
It's one of the because they put me. I've been on everything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So they got me on. Yeah, question. Anthony raises his hand.
Why don't
Go
we
ahead.
all do your medicine when you do it? Like when someone gets cancer and everyone
Yeah,
shakes
great.
their
So
head.
he'll be fine, and we'll be loaded in the brain.
Yeah, you want.
Yeah, I don't even know what that does to a normal human being. It's like we'll end up with big old things coming out of our neck that talk to us.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
You never seen a talking goiter, Becky?
Yeah, fucking goiter.
Oh man,
I don't know.
You gotta look that up.
That is on actually 3 of my medicines. One of the main side effects is talking goiter.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-oh, Leonard's here. Well, how are you, Squirt?
The cure to mental illness is to have a talking goiter that talks you off
Yeah.
the bridge.
Yeah, I went.
a lot of
The
them
first time I got one, I went to my doctor and I said, "I got a bad side effect." He said, "That's not a side effect. That's the medicine."
Yeah.
a positive
That's Leonard.
That's Leonard.
Say hello.
He helps
Hey,
you.
where are we going, boss? Doctor's office. Been there before. Okay.
You look nice today. Don't go near that bridge.
Yeah, I wasn't really thinking about it, Leonard. But all right. Yeah, we're nowhere near bridge.
Yeah, I remember they think of the most famed mentally disabled person was Quato from Total Recall.
Right.
Remember?
Yes, absolutely. Quato had a talking goiter.
Yeah. Quato was the talking goiter.
My bad.
I don't remember.
What a
And not to say mentally, you know the words I was trying to say.
what a
That might have been one of the rare times I don't actually.
I was trying to say people with, You know what I'm trying to say.
I
Brandon
like.
knows what I'm trying to say.
I'm picturing you at an awards ceremony going, and the most famed disabled person of all time, and Stephen Hawking starts rolling towards the stage.
Thank you, Craig.
You know, thinking, he goes,
My
was
kind.
Quattro from Total Recall.
Quattro is 4.
Sorry.
And also the Audi all-wheel drive system for my Audi heads out there.
Yeah, man.
I love an Audi.
For our Audi heads out there. We're up.
Yeah.
Charlie,
in the snow
Charlie
and the
loves
rain.
an Audi.
Charlie's a
man.
great guy. Done those good cars.
Yeah, an Audi's a phenomenal vehicle.
Oh, absolutely. Ford Motors, #1 motor trend of the year.
German engineering, that's what it is.
Hey, how about this? Remember that time we didn't get to talk about this where as a asshole move, Anthony decided to do the bumper and then nailed it on the first try?
People went nuts for that.
I don't think people understand that. I think we should explain what happened there. You know, well, I'll explain. Okay. Usually so we usually do a bumper at the end. Brendan does it because you're the only one who takes anything seriously. And you do it
We
good.
love you for that.
But then Anthony will just he tries to rail it out.
Well, and mention not like bumpers, promos, anything, any kind of like.
This was
extra
literally me
thing.
volleying this story to you, and you didn't start talking. Usually I can experience when you're going to take the wheel, and I jumped out the front, and I go, "Oh man, I can't explain this,
I thought
right?"
You're the everyone
am a
knows-
storyteller.
Everyone knows how this podcast works.
Yeah.
Anthony's the punch-up man.
The muscle.
I'm the fact-based system.
Yeah,
You're the
that's true, man.
storyteller.
Yeah.
Everyone knows those are the roles.
You're Frylock.
Sometimes.
Frylock, Shake and Meatwad.
Yeah.
And Becky is Carl.
I didn't know you had us nailed down so quickly into Adult Swim character. What's that
Greg
show
and I have
called?
talked about this
Years ago, for a long time.
Good. Don't involve me or anything.
Oh my God, I always thought you'd be mad that you were Frylock.
Yeah, we did.
I like Frylock.
Frylock is
That's cool, man.
Great,
This
but
is-
you're
you know
yeah.
what a relief this is to finally say this in the open.
Yeah,
have you not mad at
Anthony
it?
is clearly Meatwad, no brain, rolling around saying whatever.
What y'all doing?
Of course, I'm a giant milkshake
Yeah.
who's overconfident.
Yeah.
And you're a black man with a diamond on the back of his head.
Right. Yeah, I think this is all okay. But so, what Greg was trying to kick to me, I'm going to set up then kick it back to Greg
Damn,
to
y'all
finish
doing
the
some
story. We have things that have to be recorded. Promos, bumpers, that sort of stuff. Oftentimes, I'll do them because Greg's kind of disinterested and Anthony just ruins them. But this time, Greg, you go ahead.
So this time we go here. Anthony just jumps. I was trying to because I was here. I'll tell you my whole plan. My plan was that I was going to get Brendan to tell this story so I
Right.
could prep for this.
Okay,
guy.
I got you. No,
great,
prep.
great,
So I'll
great,
tell
great.
the story.
Great.
So we always Anthony fucks one up. Like he'll just say like, "Yeah, I'm Anthony. This is a rad dude cast. Eat a shoe. And we're out." And this last one,
very
he
accurate.
just nailed. He just goes. I'm world famous comedian Anthony DeVito, and you are listening to the Rad Dudecast. Be sure to check out the Patreon. Coming up next.
Yeah.
It was like a radio man. One try.
Nailed it.
Now, Greg has left. There is a different man here. Sir, who are you?
Oh, it's me, Corby. Corby Greensburg.
Corby Greensburg.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you, man. Welcome to
Thanks
the
for
Rad
having me,
Dudecast.
guys.
Oh, of course.
I appreciate you having me here. I'm in
Absolutely.
a lot of trouble.
What's going on?
Well, I wouldn't say trouble. I'm not in trouble. I just want. I have a meeting tomorrow with the 30 for 30 people at ESPN.
Big day.
I needed to run my story. It's a famed story of a Los Angeles team. And is that okay if I run this by you? I would like to
Corby,
tell. Yes.
we couldn't be more. Couldn't be more excited. Of course, you can run it by us.
How do you know Greg?
Greg is one of the original investors in the LA Lakers. Yeah, which will
That's one
Can I be-
one of the side businesses.
one of Greg's side businesses. Yeah.
So Greg's got books for retards and the LA Lakers.
I want to say I tried to get in on books for retards. I could not.
I just
Early
want to be clear.
investor.
So it is the Lakers, not the Likers.
No. The LA Lakers.
good.
Okay.
The LA Lakers is a basketball team.
No, I know that.
That's from what I'm
sure, man.
understanding. I
From your understanding.
from what I could possibly gather from this, the LA Lakers is it's a football team.
Again,
No.
the Lakers are the Lakers.
The Lakers is a
You're saying
basketball
the Lakers
team.
a basketball team.
The LA Lakers
The LA Lakers is a football team.
is the first all-Jewish football team. We said, well, that's what we called it. It's LA Lakers, the first all-Jewish football team. That was the dream. The
Why are they
dream.
called? Okay.
Go ahead.
Why are they called the Lakers?
Oh, it's Facebook based. We tried to. So it's a bunch of it's a big thumbs up on the team. There's a big thumbs up. We got sued. I went in with a lot of money. We got sued heavy from Facebook. Turns out liking is trademarked, and the thumb it's trademarked.
Yes.
All trademarked.
Turns out they didn't
They've got thumbs up trademark.
You can't even do a thumbs up in LA without getting
in LA, but
talking to-
across other places in the country, it's
Yeah, they don't have that many spies.
Wow.
So it's like someone like the Fonz, is he okay?
Retroactively, he's grandfathered in.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's grandfathered in. Although I think that Fonz had a case to be made that he is the originator of the like.
Oh, that
You think
he could possibly sue Facebook.
Zuckerberg?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I'll
So
give
is
you
that the story?
the story is of the LA Lakers,
Oh,
the first
great.
all Jewish football team. Now,
I'm in.
What happened was, I was a young boy. Start from the beginning, if you don't mind.
No, that's where I love a story to start.
Yeah.
When I listen to a story, I say, I hope this thing starts at the beginning.
Then start in the middle, like Memento or something.
Yeah,
Can I
yeah.
ask a question?
Yes. Ask all the questions because I want to make sure this pitch is fresh.
Those are prescription glasses?
Well, the protective glasses.
Okay.
From the fact that I have bad vision.
So,
the doctor
yes,
gave them to me.
prescription, yes.
All right, in a roundabout
So
way
they're
they are.
protecting you from not seeing.
Yes.
well. Yes. So,
Correct.
So they are standard glasses.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yes to my question.
Yeah.
All right, great.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Tell the story.
So I grew up in a little town.
I hate to interrupt again. I always forget to do this now that we've got video capabilities. For those of you only listening at home,
Oh, right.
Corby, say your last name again. I forget.
Greenberg.
Corby Greenberg has perhaps the thickest pair of the thickest frame spectacles I've ever seen. They
Yeah.
look like a sort of an Elton John stage prop, but they are
More
clear.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
That's what I say.
Think Kim Jong
what the
Un
guy who
if he
sold it
was
me said.
doing a DJ set.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. I started to interrupt.
So I
Corby.
grew up in a small town in Indiana, a small town called Kuwait, Indiana, and all I wanted.
Yeah, can we unpack that for a second?
Sure. Get all your questions out now.
Kuwait, Indiana. Is it anything like a recreation of Kuwait?
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. You know how like in Vegas they'll try to do like a mini Paris.
Yes,
or
exactly. We have lots of little exploded buildings. Lots of people running around screaming.
Right,
we have a Starbucks.
Oh, cool. You got that Starbucks.
We got a Starbucks. We were very excited about the Starbucks. We was a Seattle's best for a long time, and it wasn't cutting it.
Yeah.
So
I'll say, Kirby, that's a deep cut fucking actress, man. I mean, not enough people are talking about that.
Seattle's best.
Yeah,
best.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, not a good. They never cut the mustard.
Not
know.
even close.
There was another one. You know what? Well, you know what? And Corby, I don't want to sidetrack.
We'll get
you,
right
but
back.
Feel free. Feel free. In fact, I'll.
It's just kind of how the
I'll
podcast
address-
works a little bit.
I don't know how a podcast works. I'm a football man.
I'll address this question straight to you.
Right,
you.
fair.
What are your thoughts on a caribou? Caribou coffee.
Well, you say caribou, and I think of the animal.
Oh, okay.
Well,
All right, well,
those
go
are
on.
his thoughts.
I take a poop in a cup,
Yeah.
and I think we could work with it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Go on with your story. You're a young boy.
So I'm a
You're
young
growing up in Kuwait, Indiana.
Kuwait, Indiana, and all I wanted to do was play football. All I wanted to do was get on the green, But my father, he said, you're not a football town. You're gonna be an accountant. You're gonna be all these other things, And I didn't want to be those things, so my father refused to ever let me play football. And as I made my riches, and I made my money, I remembered. Because I, as a Jewish boy growing up, was not allowed to play football. So I'm going to create an all-football NFL team that we will allow all the Jewish people to play on. And so I got my money, and that's where our story begins.
Were you the only Jewish boy in Kuwait, or were there a lot of others?
Oh yeah, I mean it was. We didn't do religion checks on anybody. There's a lot of Italians in us. We all mixed in together. We weren't even raised that Jewish.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm more Irish, American, Canadian, with a 1/3 Jewish. But it's I came out of your mother. That's the whole
Oh,
thing.
yeah, the math on that adds up.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a question. It's none of my business, but only because I think tomorrow at your pitch, the 30 for 30 people are going to ask you this. And if it is illegal, what I would do is I sometimes answer questions hypothetically. But I'd like to know, how did you make your riches?
Oh, well, that's a lot.
Great question.
We had a few. I was the first inventor of zip pants. I did porno for babies. Those are my two big money makers.
This sounds weird, but I'm more interested in what zip pants are because porno for babies is pretty spelled out.
Here's the thing. You think porno for babies is spelled out, but that was the big problem.
All right, I'm all in.
Yeah. Zip pants are just your
Unpack 'em
classic,
both, baby.
Classic zip pants. Everybody had a pair. The pants they zip sold.
What do you mean? Hold on. Where are these? You mean the fly?
No, the
You invented
fly.
Zipper flies?
No. That's been around. I had zip pants. The zip up, zip down, zip around. Zip
Where
pants.
was the zipper? What's your?
You had them. Everyone had them. Zip
I had
pants.
tearaway pants. I didn't have.
No,
zippers.
there's zipper pants.
Zips down the side.
I think I remember. I might have had a pair of zip pants.
No, they
now that
zip
I'm thinking
anywhere.
about it.
Anyway.
They zip the whole way through. So
But this is it. You see, Corby's mad. He won't.
Yeah.
Tell me where. He won't tell me where the zips were.
There's zips. There's zip pants. They are where you think they are. Moving on.
I had one pair. He's right. They zip everywhere. You know.
They zip 100 zippers.
don't agree to him that they zip everywhere.
You're gonna tell me I had zip pants growing up?
No,
and I
I'm not
fucking
saying
did.
you
Zip
didn't
up,
have
zip
zip
down,
pants.
zip around, zip pants.
I'm.
Do you remember the song?
Zip up, zip down, zip around, zip pants. They were great. Now, porno
Oh,
Yeah.
you're talking
There we
about
go.
zip
There
up,
we
zip
go.
down, zip around,
There
zip
we go.
pants.
Yeah.
Why didn't you start with that?
Well, I didn't. It's not a big point of the story.
All right, go ahead now. Spell out porno.
Now we can unpack porno for babies.
It's fairly simple. We took now. A lot of people go, "Oh, is it porno for babies?" No, porn. Babies don't watch porno.
Right.
Right. Oh, is it porno with babies? No. The government
Sick.
got ahead of us before we could even get that to the post
Oh, I
office.
thought
Porno
you were mailing that in. You were mailing that idea to somebody.
Yeah.
You had to do it privately.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense.
Porno for baby adds my two favorite things: pornography
Okay.
and learning. So it's a lot of numbers-based thing. Like think Sesame Street, but hardcore fucking. So it's sex and learning.
Yeah.
Numbers. Today's blowjob brought to you by the number 3, the letter C. A lot of that shit.
Yeah. A Van.
Yeah.
He sticks his dick in her mouth.
Yeah.
Two.
Yes,
You know.
because porno doesn't
Three
gotta be
pumps.
so dirty.
Yeah.
Pornos can be educational. Pornos can be all so much more things. So you're
Right,
taking the
right.
stigma out of pornos. Anyway, we made a lot of money in a very
So those
one
are those
specific
two
town.
lucrative businesses that you had. That's how you made all your.
That's
coin.
how we made our money. That's how, but we lost. I mean, and I don't want to get out of my house, but then you'll find out I lost a lot of it to the Facebook lawsuit
Right.
Were
right.
there
and
any?
Belichick.
Were there any big? Before we move on, were there? Because as I said, the 30 for 30 people, they're going to want to know this inside now.
They're pretty thorough.
Porno for babies. Were there any recurring characters? Any big time money makers? Any of your guys you relied on? You knew if you needed a hit, you went to this guy.
Who was the porno guy? Like major guys?
The characters, yeah.
Yeah. It was a lot of parodies. So not really. I mean, we just only did one video. And I made a significant amount. Oh, yeah, I made one video. I mean, it was one. And it was on video. And then I sold it to a guy for a lot of money. And then I put that money on black. And I doubled my money in Vegas.
Oh, you only sold one video to one guy, like the Martin Shkreli Wu-Tang album.
Yeah. It was a custom video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty easy. And then that's it. Neither here nor there.
Sure, but
Yeah.
that gave you the capital to start this all-Jewish football league.
Yes. The all Jewish. Yes.
Go right into it.
Team, not league. It was a
Yeah.
team.
And the
it's a
name
team.
it's called No Likes. The story of the all Jewish football team. Yes. I independently
Great title,
purchased
man.
this to play in the NFL.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so this was going to be an expansion team.
Yes, yes, I purchased it, but they, these people are fucking selfish, so they really tried to put the kibosh on us real quick.
Okay.
And also the big thing, we wanted 3 rules, right? All Jewish, open auditions. Anyone can try out. And anyone plays any position. Those were my 3 rules.
I like from your porno days, you haven't transitioned. You never transitioned to sports lingo. You said open auditions to play for the Likers today.
Casting
And
call.
Like the
Well-
football players are going, what audition? What is this?
Yes.
As faces, our first problem is that I don't know anything about football because, like I said, my father never let me watch it, and I was never allowed to play. But I still love the idea of football. Okay. So we have open auditions. Now this is where the dreamers come. You know what I mean? This is we're going to let anyone you ever wanted to play football. Now's your chance. Show up.
Yeah.
Get online. We're doing our own combine.
Sure.
Now you're going to run into problems here. Okay. Because most of the people who are good, they're already going to the major teams.
Right.
Also, not a lot of Jewish people showed up.
Okay.
None.
Uh-huh.
Our team was mostly Asians.
Okay.
It was mostly Asian people, a few girls in cosplay, and wiggers.
Okay. And who? I didn't catch the third one.
Wiggers. That's what they were called back then.
Keep in mind, as a character,
Corby?
No, Corby.
I did the W. Is that offensive?
Well, yes, it is. I would say.
That's what they were
Only
called
because
in the
you're pitching
90s.
this. You're about to go to ESPN
Yes,
to
that's
pitch this.
what I-
Okay.
ESPN is a Disney
People
company.
who were in the Eminem phase of their lives. They all had bleach blonde hair.
Gotcha.
Those guys.
I'm a little curious. I will let slide your sort of offensive slur, and I'm curious as to why did these cosplay people show up? What brought in the cosplay?
Well, because we had
community?
a giant showing of Asians, because they don't allow Asian people in the NFL. I don't know why, but this was their chance. And a lot of Asian people are friends with cosplay girls. So they came and they're like, well, I'm here. If you could try out, I could try out. And they're pretty much the same size, these girls and these guys, because they're all small people.
Who told you they don't let Asian people in the NFL?
How many Asian people do you know in the NFL?
There's some, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Name one.
Troy Polamalu.
Name
I don't know if
two.
he's still in the league anymore.
Oh, Hawaiian?
yes.
I'm not counting Hawaiian. Or
they're-
Samoan. That's American.
There's a guy. Isn't there a Chung?
Probably.
I'm talking Filipinos. Filipinos.
you gotta
There's no
specify.
Filipinos.
You got to specify.
no, but this is all good for when he
There's-
goes into the meeting because
Yeah.
now he knows, so he'll say Filipino.
Filipinos,
Right.
Chinese, classic Asian, not the fun ones like The Rock. I'm talking about the guy you see on the street.
Well, The Rock. Those guys aren't. Those guys aren't Asian. Those are Pacific Islanders.
That's what. Yeah,
I would
he's
say.
trying to say.
Yeah, I don't think they're Asian
I
now
don't think a
looking back
Pacific
on it.
Islander really counts, but I do think there's a guy named Patrick Chung.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I don't follow football enough, but I'll go with you on that one.
But you are right. I did. Interestingly enough, I did have a chance. There is because I used to work in sports, and I did get a chance to read some of the non-public rules of NFL, and I did. I secretly snuck in, and it did say. It's crazy, but it did say no Chinese,
No Chinese,
no Filipino.
and we fought
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
We fought that for a lot of years.
Oh, wow.
We fought that for 1 year. Yeah, we
Well,
didn't-
it takes a lot out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
So they said, all right, you can have your team.
'Kay.
You pay the money, but you got to play in the dark match. We had to play one dark game to for them to approve us as a team.
Now, for people who aren't wrestling fans,
Well, in the NFL, they have dark games.
I mean,
They don't talk about them.
Okay, but for people who aren't wrestling fans, explain what a dark match
It's
is.
a game that happens off the air,
Right.
No audience, like when Rocky fought Creed. It's in the basement. It's just for respect.
Yes. Yeah.
And they say if you could beat the New England Patriots
Wow.
in a dark match.
in a dark match,
Where did it take place?
Kuwait, my hometown.
Wow.
The Kuwait
Wow.
Theater.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the theater.
It was a theater.
Kuwait Theater.
In the Kuwait Theater. We moved the seats out of the way, and we played. And we played our hearts. And my guys, they were fucking down. They were saying, maybe we can't do this. And I said, we can do this. And, Yeah.
What's the team look like at this point?
Yes, give
What
us
are-
some of your
yeah.
players, some of your stars, their
Who
positions.
plays
stars.
in that dark match?
We had
Yeah.
Rickety Mike, Rickety Douglas, Rickety Nick, Mickety. Those were our four main guys. We had a lot of guys. We had over 600
Can I ask you-
people on the roster.
Well, let me ask you a question about these 4 main guys. 3 of their first names are Rickety.
Those were the nickname.
Right. Now,
Right.
From my understanding, this is an all Jewish or Asian or cosplay based
Yeah.
team.
No actual
those
Jews.
names
No
you
Jews.
said.
What are you gonna do?
But with no Jews, those names you said, Rickety Mike, what's his ethnicity?
Yeah, Filipino.
Oh, okay.
All these guys were Filipino. Most of our guys were awkward. I just think it was one guy who told all his Filipino friends, and they were the only people who showed up. Him and 598 other people.
Wow. And you,
From the town.
and you said you're going to have a 600-man roster.
Yeah, we had a 6, including me.
Oh, you played as well.
I tried.
Okay. So wait, then how is this the first all Jewish football team?
Now it's well, it didn't. It was meant to be, but it did not. It was not. Okay. But your dream starts as a dream, but sometimes your dreams evolve.
Sure.
Well,
Your
that's
dream, you take on a bigger thing.
what's here's let me just give you a little thing, a little tidbit you can take into ESPN. Okay, you're the Lakers, right? You started as the first all-Jewish football team. You ended up the first all-Filipino one-Jew football team.
And cosplay. And people in Eminem states of their career.
Right, which I wouldn't bring. I'd leave that out entirely.
But they're making a big stink. Those guys were crazy. They would just do so much. They would just do so many whippets. And then get on the crazy and then try to rap. I think the only reason they signed up because they were high. Meth heads.
But what's interesting is you were called the Lakers. The journey of the team much followed the journey of Facebook itself, which started off as a college-based way to rank the attractiveness of women. And transitioned into the world's biggest social media platform.
Yes.
Actually, possibly not true. That Chinese thing might be bigger now, Weibo or
I
whatever.
don't know about Weibo, but very similar.
But
we are on the same
path. So you
path.
could sell that to 30 for 30 and say, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at
the arc.
Look at the arc. That, we can take this hand in hand with Zuckerberg and Rickety Mike. I
didn't even tell you about the villain yet.
Who's the villain?
Belichick.
Bill
that
Belichick?
son of a bitch. Yeah.
All right, so take us to the dark game.
So Belichick sets the rules. He says, "You want to play in the NFL? You beat my New England Patriots in a dark match at the Kuwait Theater."
So the NFL didn't say this is how you can get in the league. Belichick.
Well, Belichick was our liaison. Liaison. Okay. I'm doing air quotes.
That's the thing, and this is what you're going to have trouble selling to ESPN because Corby's right. Belichick. He runs that thing. He runs the NFL. A lot of people don't know that. It's controversial.
So you might have stumbled on something even bigger.
Oh, this is
like
huge.
that bicycle movie.
Yes,
right.
Maybe. I didn't see it.
You
Icarus.
Icarus, exactly.
Yes.
Loved it. Yes. So yes. So we get to the game.
Right.
My boys are amped up.
Right.
My boys are amped up, and my boys came from and girls came from all walks of life. Okay, all walks. There's not just, and I knew it. I was like, I'm not selling this. See, my goal was it's not to
three
sell.
walks.
Three walks of life. Yeah. 3 walks.
Philippines, Asian women, and wannabe rappers.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not selling this based on skill. I'm selling this team based on pizzazz. Who's got personality? Who's gonna? We have all stars. Everyone. Rickety Mike. He's got a rap song. Rickety Douglas. He's got like a funny haircut. Like
What's Mickety got going on?
oh, Mickety was a deaf kid. He just was deaf. He didn't care. I don't even know if he knew he was on the team. We just slapped a few pads on him and said, "Get out there, you dummy." So,
well, did he pick up the name Mickety because he was deaf? And
he had a shirt on that said Mickety. All right, that's you, huh? Sure.
Man, not what I was thinking at all, but also cool.
Yeah, totally.
What I
cool.
like about the Los Angeles Lakers is you just were inclusive.
Yeah.
Guys showed up.
Yes, diversity first.
They were, and we don't use this phrase much anymore, but Mickety was clearly deaf and dumb.
Yeah.
And you said, you know what? Not only are you on the team, you're one of the 4 main guys.
You're the 4.
You and the 3 Rickety brothers are making up our starting offensive line, and we're going to rely on you. Yeah, sure, you weigh 320 pounds, the 4 of you combined.
Yeah.
I don't care,
Rickety Douglas.
Clearly, Mickety tried to spell rickety and couldn't. And then just is Mickety.
Rickety Douglas worked at a Lowe's selling refrigerators. And this guy's dream, he was a first-round pick in his grammar school football team, Pee Wee League, and he never had the chance. Never, because he had some kids. He had some kids, and he said, but now is his chance. Now is his chance. He played front line, starting line. What's the first people up? Front row? First
the
guy.
offensive line. Or
Offensive
the
line.
Don't help
He
him.
played the front offensive line.
I like which guy was this?
Douglas.
I like that Rickety Douglas started on his grammar school football team, but then had some kids, so he had to stop before junior high.
Yeah.
He had to
What a
take
wild
some
ride
time
for
off.
that guy before he even got to high school.
Yeah. Well, he's 12. He's got a few
Also-
kids to support.
Those are his big memories. you know?
Yeah.
I was picked first grammar school, and then I had some kids. Now I work at Lowe's.
Yeah, this-
8th grade is hard.
Yeah.
This thing's got a built-in ice dispenser. Son, are you allowed to work here?
Yeah.
Well, when you pop out 4 kids at 11 years old, they'll give you any job you ask for.
Yeah.
Fast forward, let me walk you through the game, and
Absolutely.
then we'll walk. So this is, and we've been training. This is our day. Finally, our day to get our chances up. To finally, we're gonna take out the New England Patriots, and my guys got heart, and that's how you win. Heart. That's how you win. So we get there, and and then we go to grab our uniforms. Belichick stole our van. He stole our van. We're looking. He's waving out the window, going, "Bye-bye, Lakers." No uniforms. And then,
Wow.
yeah, Rickety Smith. He's our resident
Taylor?
Staler. He goes, "Look, we can use what we have here available to make the uniforms. Look, they're not going to be real pads, but they're going to look like it. That'll get us past,
Oh, so he stole
He stole
all the
stole
equipment.
he stole all of the
Everything.
equipment. He stole our van.
Everything was in the van.
Everything was in the van. My cell phone.
There's 600 players.
600 players' equipment, football equipment.
Yeah.
You fit into one van.
Yeah, well, we had 30 pieces of equipment that were donated to us, and we would rotate. That's fine. So
How
That
long is
was
this
like,
game going to take?
huh?
How long is this game going to take? You have to switch in and out pads.
Yeah.
That was
Well, we
like,
had a system.
that was like a quick aside. When I was the kicker on the football team,
Yeah.
like I just instead of like getting the kicker's equipment,
Right.
which is supposed to be, bare minimum.
Right.
Like the lightest possible shoulder pads, really only like basically a sheet of paper as your shin pad.
Right.
So you can kick,
Right.
But in high school, oftentimes it's just, you're just the last guy to pick pads. So I had this face mask
funny.
with like 11 bars on it. I had these shoulder pads that were 4 feet high. And like I could barely walk because I was a little guy.
Yeah.
I couldn't kick.
You would have fit right in on the Lakers. We would have let you right in. We
Dare
were
I say you might have been front row.
Yeah, front row. Which in front row. They take our pads. Taylor
Right.
says, I can fashion us some things that'll look like uniforms and pads.
Right.
But we're going to play with more heart now. And we are starting from the bottom, right? So, boom, my team, we amp each other up. I give the speech. I go, "You're not dead. You're alive.
I
You're
feel like-
alive."
Right. I was
Yeah,
gonna
right. As my speech.
No. I was gonna say for the documentary, unless that was the whole speech, and I'm sorry. I was for the documentary. I think it's a powerful moment for you to include the speech in the locker room. Maybe a reenactment of
He
that
did.
scene.
Well, did you not hear? It's, "You're not dead, you're alive."
You're alive. Yeah, you scream it.
It's basically what Dr. Frankenstein said. Yeah.
Yes.
bad.
So we send these guys out, right? First ball is thrown. Who was that quarterback? Pretty boy.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. He does the first kickoff. What do they call it? The kickoff?
Well, he would likely they'd have the kicker do that, but maybe they were short.
They only had 6 guys.
Yeah, they probably thought it wasn't a serious
They didn't
game.
respect the Lakers.
They didn't respect
But Tom
the
Brady did
But
show
Tom
up.
Brady-
The most popular guy in the team.
The,
He
the
did
best
show up.
quarterback to ever live.
Yeah.
We did 6-on-6 that day.
You guys only played with 6?
Everyone played with 6. 6-on-6.
so you played
It's in a theater. We didn't have a lot of room.
You played the New England Patriots in Arena League football.
In that arena league, it was in a movie theater.
So you had
We threw some pads down.
594 people in the theater seats.
Well, they surrounded the theater,
I
so
had-
no one else could come in to keep it private.
Ah, gotcha.
I, in my mind, have been
Stephen Craig's here
envisioning this whole time, Corby. I've been envisioning a giant sort of, amphitheater that seats 3,000. This is a movie theater.
The movie theater.
You emptied the seats out of one movie theater with tiers on it.
Tears. It
different
really
levels.
was
playing-
angled down.
Yeah.
And that's you had to flip for the high ground. We flipped a quarter for the high ground.
Did they keep a movie on or no movie?
Huh? They kept the movie on, of course.
What was playing?
Rocky 7.
All right, 7.
This was.
No, the one where he fights the white guy who died of AIDS.
Rocky 5.
Rocky 5.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and we just
All
came
right.
in Tommy Gunn.
So there's the kickoff. So now what's
The
happening?
kickoff. Rickety Steve grabs the ball, takes a knee. We start from the 1. We got to be honest. I'm not a great coach.
So he took a knee instead. He didn't take a knee in the
Fair
end zone.
catch.
He took a knee on the 1.
He took a knee on the 1.
That's a power
I gotta
move, man.
say,
Yeah.
I gotta say, not good football,
Well,
Corby.
he understands something. He understands something a lot of us don't understand. Our strongest factor was our defensive line.
Okay,
So or offensive line.
Yeah, I think you're gonna mean offensive.
Well,
line, yeah.
for us, it was the same. They line up. They line up. The ball is snapped over to Brady.
Okay.
Wait a second. So you're on offense, but you've snapped.
No,
the
our
ball.
quarterback's name was Brady too.
Oh, Rickety Brady,
Rickety Brady.
Filipino man.
Yeah, Filipino man. Who?
And I guess I didn't know the Philippines that well, that they're all named Rickety something.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there either. We all got. There's some things you got to cut out of the movie. You know, I don't understand why they were doing that.
They're named after the sturdiness level of their houses.
Yeah. So the snap to Tom. Tom steps back. The defensive line hits our offensive line, and it was this. This is where it goes down. You got to understand something, all right? This maybe have been our biggest flaw, all right? Come back to me. Pay attention here. Come back to me.
Man, just laughing.
I don't care. We're moving on. We're moving forward. I'm trying to get to this story.
Yeah, no. This may have been what may have been your biggest flaw.
Our biggest flaw was when you put in a team together,
Sure.
based on diversity, pizzazz, anyone can try out,
Audition even.
auditioning.
Yeah.
You're gonna have the situation that happened to us, which was we held the record for the most people put in a coma at the exact same time. These people plowed through us, dude. They hit our quarterback. His eye exploded. It exploded. We had to carry this guy out. Everyone's dead. The entire front line in a coma, and we called them the lucky ones.
So then, what's the aftermath of this?
The aftermath is I'm trying to come to your podcast to raise money for these people's medical bills.
I thought this was you were getting your pitch ready for a 30 for 30.
Yeah, so we can make some money to
Now,
pay these people medical bills.
Here's the
Right,
thing.
that's why you're making a 30 for 30.
That's why I'm making the 30 for 30.
Now, a 30 for 30 is often going to want some sort of resolution.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I mean, give me some numbers. How many died? How many? You got 600. How many of the 600 are dead? How many are in comas? And how many are?
What do you consider dead? What do you
amputated?
consider dead?
That no longer living, buried under the ground. No
Okay,
heartbeat.
if not counting, all right, buried, 3.
Okay, unburied dead. How many unburied dead?
Well, we have a few, yeah.
Which Ricketies?
What?
Which Ricketies?
Which Rickety
Which
Douglas?
Wow, Rickety Douglas. The seamstress. Oh, man.
Yeah,
that's
because
a tough one.
Belichick shot him. Because Rickety Douglas he chased after the van. He chased after the van on his motorcycle.
he was dead before the game even started.
Yeah.
Rickety Douglas died away
Douglas,
from the game. That's how dangerous this was.
Well, he stood on a motorcycle, which I gotta be honest, don't do that. And the thing went fucking shaky. He gets hit by the car, and then Belichick sees this guy's not in a good way, and he puts him out of his misery, shut him in the head like a horse with a broken
yeah.
leg.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So he's dead.
This might be like a 30 for 30, the way the OJ story was told in 4 parts. There's just so much going on.
Yeah, this is a 30 for 14 hours.
this
is a Dan Carlin hardcore history.
Well, you guys gotta tell me what
And
to
there
cut.
was Rickety Douglas on his motorcycle.
I'm no historian, but I do know when you put a horse down and your name is Bill Belichick.
You shoot him in the head.
So he shoots Rickety Douglas.
He shoots Rickety Douglas.
So then how many are in a coma? Because Brendan's right. You'll need to know the stats.
Oh, okay. So only 400 people actually. There was 600.
600, right.
but only 200 made it in the building, and of the 200 in the building, there were 30 played. 28 were in a coma. 2 dead.
Wait, now let me ask you this. So 2 dead, 28 in a coma of the 30 that played. So not those stats right off the bat horrible.
Well, the 6 who were on the line got immediate coma.
Yeah.
And everyone else, I like to say, died of a broken heart.
What I think is amazing.
They went into broken heart comas.
Now, what happened to the 400? What happened to the 400 that didn't make it into the building?
They ran.
They just ran.
They all ran away.
They ran away.
Everyone was everyone
Good
was
for
like,
them.
I cannot go down for this. It wasn't a really good idea.
Where does Mickety end up? Because he's a character throughout the whole. You want to see the payoff with some of these people.
Oh, that's good. You're right. Follow somebody.
Mickety is
Here I am.
You're Mickety? Corby, you've been Mickety this whole time?
This is huge, man. This is your big reveal.
Yes.
This is I think you got
I am Mickety.
Wow.
Wow.
And that's how I want to end the documentary.
I think I don't see how that won't be a top seller.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But pray for our boys, will you? Pray for our boys.
Sure thing,
Maybe
man.
call it for the first ever, the LA No Likes, a story of the all Jewish that became Asian and wigger.
You can't put it in the
can't
title.
say
You
that.
ESPN, they're a
Not
Disney-owned
even-
company.
you can't say
They're not
it.
going to let it happen.
All right. Well, you get it. And cosplay. Football team.
Were any cosplayers injured?
Yeah, the ones that dress like football players. 'Cause they got hit the hardest. They were just on the sideline. But Belichick sent his boys after them real good.
Just like a little Japanese girl with a short skirt, like
Belichick is...
I'm Troy Aikman.
Yeah.
First down.
Yeah.
When this thing comes out, Belichick is going to have to go on the run. I mean, we're talking about attempted murder, I think, a couple times.
No, it's to be said that I think he had the best interest of keeping our boys off that game. I think he may have been the hero. He was the one who said, "You don't have uniforms." That guy's a refrigerator salesman. He shouldn't be out there. Your grill on your helmet is made of straws. You can't play us. I think he had a lot of good ideas.
Yeah, he's actually the hero in this. I also, going forward, I think from the beginning, call him Tom. You don't have to call him Brady. The fact that you were on a first-name basis with him after a little while
Yeah.
is what we were laughing really hard about.
But
Oh,
you
that's-
were wrong. Because that guy was his own quarterback. It was Rickety Tom.
It was Rickety Tom. Oh,
Yeah,
my
because-
bad.
Rickety Tom Brady.
thought-
Yeah, he had Rickety Tom Brady.
I was laughing for a whole different reason.
Because
now.
I said, well, why is he snapping to Brady? You just downed it on the one. And he
Oh,
goes,
okay.
We have a Brady. Tom. And then he says Tom, and they go, so they got Rickety Tom Brady?
We had because that's the thing is Rickety's are all the alternate versions of other people who live. Rickety Douglas is
Yeah.
Michael Douglas. It's the Rickety version. He's the Rickety version, and you don't want a Rickety version
you
on
know-
your team.
you know how,
you want the strong version.
Yeah, you know how strong Michael Douglas is. He's like 85 years old.
Well, this was a few years ago. He was in his 40s.
This thing's going to sell, Corby. This thing's going to sell.
Dare I say, might not be a bad idea for the Red Dude Cast to produce this on their own
Yeah, I would say
at some point.
I'm going to put my own money into it. Let's hold off on meeting ESPN. Let's do it. Let's make it.
Yeah.
And then we'll bring it to them.
Maybe
What do
some
you
people
say
can
to that?
edit this video and put some pictures
That's
and make
good.
it a video if you're a video
That's
guy.
a great idea.
as commented on by the Rad Dude Cast.
And you would be okay with that?
Yeah, release it. I don't care. I just need to get some. I just got to get my boys out of the beds.
So, yeah, man, if there are any fans out there that want to do a cut-up version of No Likes, the story of the LA Lakers, and, you know, sauce it up, put
Ken
music.
Burns style.
Yeah, do whatever you want
fade
to
across he used those still photos, but
Yes,
he
great
pans
idea.
the photo. Yes.
Add narration, do whatever you want, and because I would say, and you know, I don't mean to be rude, I don't know that ESPN's going to buy this thing.
I don't know. Who's
I
gonna
would
buy it.
say-
that's why I'm at the Rad Dude Cast.
I would say, Corby, and I don't mean to be rude to Anthony, I'm 100% sure ESPN will buy this thing. I know what ESPN likes, and they like this.
Also, should note that the visual of me when you asked who is Mickety and
Yeah.
me slowly taking off my glasses might not play as well on radio.
Yeah, that was a great. That was a really compelling moment
That you can't see.
that you cannot see, but yeah, it might be one to watch the video.
But if you did see it, you can't unsee it.
Can't see.
yeah, that's for sure.
Where are you guys at?
What a story! I'm at plugs,
That was a
man.
great trip.
That was Greg. Welcome back.
Oh, thanks, man.
Your
How was
friend
that?
Corby dropped in, and he
hate that
was
guy.
You hate him?
No, I was saying that guy's got a story to tell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
quite
he owes
the
me money.
story.
He tried to take half of the books for retards.
I can't believe he invested with the guy who made a porno for babies.
Right now, I got. I don't have a ton to promote. I'll be at actually a new club. I'll post it on my website, but I'm at a brand new comedy club opening up in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, which, to my understanding, is like 2 hours south of St. Louis. The May 23rd, 24th, and 25th. So right now, that's about all that I got. And then I'll keep you updated. My album Desiree is coming soon. I'm not quite sure what the schedule on that is, but I'll keep you updated on how you can get that. But that's it.
Sweet.
Okay.
May 25th, I'll be Laugh It Up Poughkeepsie in Poughkeepsie. And then Anthony and I are with Michelle somewhere on Buffalo Helium. June 7th, 8th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. One more I'm trying to get to. Sorry. I'm at Go Bananas. I'm at Go Bananas in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cincinnati.
you'll have a blast there, man.
July 18, 19, 20, 21.
Great.
Yeah, I think that's really
Shout
all.
out to Rand Dog. He listens to the podcast. He's
And Lee Warhol.
Yeah.
Lee's great. Lee and Rand are great, man. All those guys. Billy, the bartender's great. All those guys are great. Mikey's great. Shalf, who pretty much runs the club, even though he doesn't work there. They're all great. All those guys are great.
Yeah, that's a great club. I mean, definitely come for Greg's weekend, and then if you live in the area after you see Greg, it's a great club. Keep going back there.
That may be actually. I'm trying to think. That may be after you've been there. That may be the only club, the first club, definitely not the last, but the first club that's headlined each member of the Rad Dude Cast. Are there any other clubs? I mean, I guess we've all done like Caroline's, like bullshit.
Yeah. Well,
but,
just say
like
we'll
road
just say
clubs.
that. Yeah. We'll just
road
say that.
clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
May 3rd and 4th, I'll be at the DC Draft House in Washington, D.C. May 10th and 11th, I will be at the Comedy Loft in Lincoln, Nebraska. May 15th through the 18th, I'll be at Acme Comedy Company in Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's it.
Follow the Remember to Be Happy Studios.
Yes.
Dude, Acme is phenomenal. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
it's
Follow.
great, man.
Remember to Be Happy Studios. Becky Rodriguez is our executive producer. Pornhub Tanner is our editor and audio man and all around great guy. Check out some of the other podcasts on Remember to Be Happy Studios. And I believe shortly we will have some fucking merch for you fuckers. You what the fuckettes.
Thanks.
What the fucking nuts? Boomer lives.
This episode of the Rad Dudecast was recorded at Remember to Be Happy Studios. Production by Becky Rodriguez at Human Places, the EZA 3, with video editing by Tanner Williams, Low Kinky 69.